Look alive, Bighorn Buckaroos. Today we'll be participating in Shield Guy-tober, the viral challenge in which you add the Shield Guy to your game during the hyperstitional indie game leyline confluence created between the anniversaries of Undertale and Deltarune. Follow along carefully, I need to get this shit under 2 pages. Step 1. You'll want to give your Shield Guy the agility of a dead body. I'm talking paralyzed nematode with molasses for bones, which it doesn't have because it's a nematode. If Shield Guy is fast enough to avoid even a single projectile except by accident, you're doing something wrong, because Shield Guy doesn't dodge projectiles, he blocks them with a shield. Step 2. Hitbox the size of God. Always do this. I see 99% of new game devs make this mistake, and I want to kill all of them, platonically. One must understand that a hitbox of insufficient sub-IKEA girth may allow instances where the projectiles we made Shield Guy too slow to avoid simply miss, nullifying our careful design work. A topographically significant frame also provides aesthetic justification for the immense health pool Shield Guy will require to tank through the now constant mist of unavoidable projectiles slipping past the shield. Flavor win. Step 3. Coughing baby damage. Shield Guy has a shield, which is the best defense. Defense is the best offense, therefore Shield Guy needs no offense. This is called balance. If a character was good at 2 things, it would be too good. Denying Shield Guy an effective ability beyond its shield ensures that it stays in the sweet spot of just barely usable without any extra fluff. The meta lives another day. Step 4. Add the teleport. Because of how slow we made Shield Guy, he's too slow. Teleportation is the answer. Don't get carried away though, a teleport with less than 900 milliseconds of start lag may be exploited by players to react to and avoid damage. Step 5. Forget to give it a shield. Wait, no, that's not supposed to be. And just like that, Shield Guy-tober is complete. Let's see the final result.
Forehead on you like a coffee table.
Okay, serious time now. The wretched entity I just so graphically depicted was a real enemy type that actually spawned in the original version of RAM. And yes, as you can probably guess if you watched the first devlog, overhauling it and adding it back to the game will be the subject of this video. But unlike in the first devlog, the first iteration of the shield bot was such a broken mess that it actually got its first overhaul years ago into a still janky but much more functional version, let's say 1.5. With ShieldBot 1.5, we see the debut of the actual shield, or rather a semicircular force field that follows your aim and catches enemy projectiles. Captured projectiles would then fall into an orbit around the shield bot and act as ammo for its primary fire, which amounted to a flashy hypervelocity Gatling cannon. This design was admittedly pretty cool. Catching enemy bullets to charge up a powerful but limited use attack was a fun concept, but one that unfortunately still languished beneath the compost heap of terrible design choices that comprise the rest of the ShieldBot's kit. It also suffered from a severe passivity problem, in that about 30% of your time playing it would be the intended catch, shoot, repeat loop, and the remaining 70 would be waiting for the right enemy to spawn and shoot you. In short, it was too big, too slow, and too situational. So I made it small, fast, and versatile. Would you look at him go? Through the combined powers of our art team, the ShieldBot has metamorphosed from a gangly purple Babadook creature into its true form, which looks a bit like the child of Clarence Beef Tank in a AA battery. Oh wait, did I say ShieldBot? What I meant to say was the Collider, so called for elegantly merging the functionality of a particle accelerator and a grill-guarded Cadillac Escalade. The primary fire is more or less intact from the 1.5 version. Holding down the button deactivates your shield, slows your movement, and spins up your cloud of captured bullets. Once they're going fast enough, they begin shooting out one by one as hit scan pseudo-lasers, dealing 130% of the projectile's damage and hitting up to 2 enemies before stopping. Rotor grenades are just lobbed back as is though, because it's way funnier. As for the fire rate cap, let's just say ammo is the limiting factor. When previous versions of the ShieldBot ran out of bullets to return to their adversaries, they had no recourse but to twiddle their thumbs and wait for some kindly passerby to shoot at them. And that was pretty sad, because it didn't have thumbs. Colliders, though, were more comfortable taking matters into their own hands, by which I mean plowing into the opposition at highway speeds and perforating them with their own dislodged molars. Enemies try to gang up on you? Guess what? More molars. This improved secondary attack, along with the Collider having gone from the slowest enemy in the game to one of the most mobile, may lead you to a pertinent question. Does the bot have any weaknesses now? Well, as it so happens, there is one way in which the Collider is weaker than the ShieldBot 1.5. It can't hold as many bullets. As each of the orbital levels around the Collider fills up, its movement slows and its shield grows weaker, meaning that getting trapped on the defensive for too long can lead to a death spiral. Beyond that though, something counterintuitive I learned about the Collider while designing it is that despite high speed, strong defense, and competitive DPS, the Collider still isn't that strong. RAM very much falls into the nuclear throne school of top-down shooter, where more so than actually dodging bullets, the best defensive maneuver you can make is quite simply to kill enemies before they can kill you. Despite how differently they play, all 4 previous bots in RAM share a common aptitude for walking into a room full of dudes and immediately breaking someone's head. The Collider, though, needs to gather its own ammo before dishing out real damage, and every second it spends doing that, routers are scattering, aphids are encroaching, and deadlifts are losing their battle with the intrusive thoughts telling them to throw a barrel into you from off-screen. The net effect is that, despite being RAM's shield guy, the momentary experience of playing a Collider is much more characterized by kiting and positioning than hunkering down and weathering hits, diving away from enemies and toward their bullets. It's a defensive playstyle without being static, and as such, I think finally represents a healthy marriage between RAM's hyper-aggression and the concept of a shield. Shield Guy Tober, clear. For realsies. Wait, what do you mean it's November? Boom. Outro time. So, how'd you like the new devlog format? Our plan is to release one of these more fun-sized spotlight videos for each of the new bots that gets added to RAM, so expect another in the near future for the upcoming Saber bot overhaul. I love those little freaks. I'll also give a quick reminder here that RAM now has a public demo, which you can download for free on the Steam page linked in the description. Consider wishlisting the game while you're there too, since that's the best way to support the game's development leading up to release. We don't plan to update the demo with any new bots past the original 4, but we do have a massive environmental art overhaul in progress that you'll be able to see in the demo sometime soon. It's been a long and iterative process getting RAM looking as good as we imagined, but with this latest step, well, see for yourself. Shit's looking mint. Now, a serious question. What RAM bot is the most speedrun viable? Well, according to the Any% world record by Burger Minus, it's the Aphid. I'm not joking, there is a speedrun community for the RAM demo, and they're holding a marathon event on Sunday the 26th on the official Discord server, link below, in which the top runners will grind for the mythical sub 6 minute Any% run and a cash prize. If you're interested in challenge running yourself, it would be a good time to jump on the bandwagon. And with that, the Collider devlog has come to a close. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.